Let's talk about the problems that I see commonly, mostly in your first homework. As you can remember, uh, this homework was given in this date at our third week, and we did an exercise in this course in the classroom, and I wanted you to do the exercise at home, to continue the exercise at home. And our exercise included this header. We learned how to do this, and during this exercise, I gave you certain information about the drawing and lettering tips. One of the important things was the quality of the drawing, the quality of the lines, and the important thing, one of the other important thing is the line weights. We use two types of line weights. First, the thin and gray ones for guiding lines, to create guiding lines, and the other is the middle thickness, middle darkness lines for everything that we want to show or express. And this is what we need to avoid if we are drawing a line, either a guiding or a visible line, it doesn't matter. We should try to keep the same quality, same thickness, same darkness. This is not what we are looking for. And the other important thing was the intersection of the lines. This is what we are looking for. We should avoid doing this, try to avoid doing this. And at the end, we need to create something like this. Here you can see the guiding lines that they are very thin and gray, barely visible, because these are the things that we create in order to do something else, like the lettering here. And all the other lines should be visible enough, which we use middle thickness, middle darkness line types, line weights. And the other important stuff was the lettering, the quality of lettering. I gave you certain examples. This is not what we want. We want letters in a order that has some quality. And as your homework, as your first homework, I asked you to continue with this paper, draw some more guiding lines here with different row heights. And I wanted you to write your autobiography using architectural lettering. And I gave you this as an example. And in this part here, I wanted you to do a sketch, a freehand sketch that explains, that expresses your personality. And I want to share some examples now. This is, I specifically concealed the names because my intention is not to humiliate anyone here right now. Just I wanted to give certain examples as a feedback for your homework, so that you can be able to be careful about these mistakes from now on, because these are important. If you want to get higher marks, you need to be careful about these problems in your future work. There are so many mistakes. I cannot list here. The lettering rules are totally ignored. The line types, line quality, and line weights, they are not correct. I specifically asked you not to do these dots, or you need to be very careful about they are invisible here. And if you keep doing this, this won't help you at all. Another example, these are totally wrong examples. And we need to be careful about the positions of our letters. We need to consider this as an exercise in order to try to do the best, try to apply what we have learned here. Otherwise, it won't make any sense, in my opinion. there should be gaps between our letters, and these gaps need to be equal as possible. Of course, we are not supposed to measure every gap with a ruler, but we need to trust our eye. And here, this is another important part. You need to be careful about your scanning. If there are shadows like this, or if you don't capture the frame as you are supposed to do, I won't be able to see what's going on here. And please do not submit your homework like this. It's very hard for me to read it. And I specifically wanted you to watch this video first and then prepare your homework for submission. And from now on, all these will affect your marks. This is a kind of a good example, one of the good examples, but there are certain problems here. Some aspects are good, some aspects are problematic here. First of all, again, I wanted you to be careful about these dots. These needs to be guiding dots, guiding lines. So they should be barely visible. Here again. Also, you need to be more careful about the lettering style. You need to be careful about the grammar as well. After writing this letter, there should be a space. I study architecture. This vertical line here should be a guiding line as well. And if you are not going to use it to put your letters, then it doesn't make any sense to do this drawing, to do this line. Nice lettering, but very, not, I don't want to say bad, but this is not what we are looking for. These should be guiding lines, barely visible lines, and these should be the header lines, which should be visible enough. Again, similar problem with a little bit bad writing, especially it got worse in the last column here. And there should be a difference between, there shouldn't be a difference between these two lines because they are both guiding lines. If I cannot see this, if it is barely visible, this should be barely visible as well. And I advise you to try to do as similar as you can with these examples that I shared with you. Very nice lettering, but line quality, line type, line weights, they are not good because all the lines are guiding lines here. However, these header frames, they should be visible enough. And when I say visible and guiding lines, there should be a lot difference, a big difference between them. You shouldn't prefer this one and this one here because they are very close to each other. However, you can prefer this one here and one of these lines here. There should be at least twice difference between the thickness and the darkness. This is a freehand sketch, which I like very much, and you can easily distinguish the two line weights. This is what you should do with your set squares and hand drafting. Here we see certain problems with the line quality. This happened, and here we see this problem. It's not what we are looking for, and also the intersection, it's wrong. Here we see very nice lettering, but the drawing quality could have been better. So problematic. And as I said before, it gets worse in the third column. And if you leave these rows empty, then it doesn't make any sense in terms of the goal of this exercise. Again, this is nice. They started very carefully, and around here, start to get worse. And please write your name and number because when I'm grading, I have a very long list, and it's hard for me to find your name if you don't give me enough information. You don't need to waste time to create a very thick G. This is probably this is because of this example, but I don't do it on purpose. This is what the computer creates if I choose a bigger text height. This is enough. Just do a big G, but you don't have to fill in it. Please leave a space after using comma or full stop or exclamation mark or any kind of things like that. Also, please be careful about the spelling. They are important. You will be graduated from college, and if you make these kind of mistakes, it will be problematic for you. And some of the sketches I like very much, not about the drawing quality. I'm not just looking at the line quality or painting quality here, because as we talked before, our goal is not to try to become an artist here, but the expression, these are very nice examples of expressing the idea, the personality here. Very nice coloring technique, in my opinion. This is what we are looking for here. Almost perfect, except these line weights. And probably this is because the scanning, some of these problems can be because of the scanning. And here again, a very nice example. I advise all students to try to do as similar as these. But again, there can be some mistakes. Be careful about the examples that you share among each other. If you do not need this line here for your lettering, that you don't need to spend some time or energy to create that line. Please do not leave these spaces empty. Try to write something so that your lettering can get better. Sorry about that. A very nice example, except the G. Of course, that's not a mistake. You can do it just pointless. It's pointless. So you don't need to do it, or it's not a mistake. Very nice lettering. This is how an architectural lettering should be. And you can see it. This is a perfect, almost perfect homework with a very nice sketch here. Another very good example. This was very nice. I really enjoyed reading some of these examples. Very nice sketch as well. Also, please be careful about your submission time. If you are late for the submission, then this will affect your grade. And if you want to get a higher grades, then you need to be careful about your programming, your time management. If you want to submit in time, you need to think about certain possibilities. You may have a bad internet connection, or you may experience some other problems. So you need to finish your homework before the due time, so that there can be a spare time for you if you experience any problems to solve that problem. Nice sketch. The drawing quality is not good, but that's okay because this is not what we are looking for. We are just concentrating on expressing our ideas, but this is very similar about my feelings, because I expected to write your autobiography, or but in the end I get some crazy stuff like this. Yes, I really understand this is very time consuming and very tiring, and this is the same with me. It take like 6 or 8 hours of my time to consider, to read, to evaluate your homework, and this is what the architects are doing. So you should try to get used to it, and it's a very nice brain teaser to first program your work and try to come up with ideas that about how you can do it in a shorter time with a lot in a very easy method. So if you can create these methods, then it will be very nice for you. And yeah, these are very good examples, so that you will get better in time. Otherwise, you will be doing the same mistakes over and over again. So from now on, when you are trying to do your third homework, you can be careful about this stuff. You can think about how you can manage your time in a better way, how you can create a better homework with in less time, with lesser or little energy, and especially money.